Beginning English class, lesson 92. Welcome to my Beginning English as a Second Language class. This is lesson 92 in an ongoing ESL class that I teach at Mount Hood Community College in Gresham, Oregon. Thank you for watching. Did she come to school yesterday? No, she did not. Why didn't she come to school? She was sick. What did she have? She had a cough. She could not come to school yesterday. She couldn't come to school yesterday. Why couldn't she come to school yesterday? Why couldn't she come to school yesterday is a better question than why could not she come to school yesterday? She couldn't come to school yesterday because she had a cough. Who couldn't come to school yesterday because she had a cough? Where couldn't she come yesterday because she had a cough? Or where couldn't she go yesterday because she had a cough? When couldn't she come to school because she had a cough? Or when couldn't she go to school because she had a cough? Why couldn't she come to school yesterday? Why couldn't she go to school yesterday? Who had a cough? What did she have? He can't play soccer because he has a broken leg. Who can't play soccer because he has a broken leg? What can't he play because he has a broken leg? Why can't he play soccer? The answer, because he has a broken leg. Who has a broken leg? What does he have? She couldn't play soccer last year because she had a broken leg. Who couldn't play soccer last year because she had a broken leg? What couldn't she play last year because she had a broken leg? When couldn't she play soccer because she had a broken leg? Why couldn't she play soccer last year? The answer, because she had a broken leg. Who had a broken leg? What did she have? She can play soccer now. Who can play soccer now? What can she play now? What can she do now? Past continuous. What are the missing words? while or when they were flying to Seattle, he was talking on the phone with his wife, and she was sleeping in her seat. Who was flying to Seattle? Who was talking on the phone with his wife? Who was sleeping in her seat? Where were they flying? What was he doing? Where was she sleeping? How were they going to Seattle? How were they going to Seattle? What was she doing in her seat? Who was he talking on the phone with? The answer, while they were flying to Seattle. What's the question? The question, when was he talking with his wife? The answer, when they were flying to Seattle. What's the question? When was she sleeping in her seat? Verbs. Present tense, lend. Continuous, lending. Past, lent. To her. Present, borrow. Continuous, borrowing. Past, borrowed. From. I am lending money to her. I am lending her money. She is borrowing money from me. Are you lending her money? Yes, I am. Is she borrowing money from you? Yes, she is. Where are you lending her money? I am lending her money at school. Where are you lending money to her? I am lending money to her at school. Present continuous tense. I am lending money to her at school. I am lending her money at school. Past tense. He lent me money at school yesterday. He lent money to me at school yesterday. Present tense. She lends money to them at school every week. She lends them money at school every week. What's the question? Who's lending her money at school? Who did he lend money to at school yesterday? Who's lending money to her at school? What are you lending her at school? Where are you lending her money? Who lends them money at school every week? Where does she lend money to them every week? Where did he lend money to me yesterday? What are you lending to her at school? Who lends money to them at school every week? Who does she lend money to at school every week? What does she lend them at school every week? Who lent me money at school yesterday? Where does she lend them money every week? What did he lend me at school yesterday? Where are you lending money to her? When did he lend money to me at school? What did he lend to me at school yesterday? Who did he lend money at school yesterday? When does she lend money to them at school? Who does she lend money at school every week? What does she lend to them at school every week? Who are you lending money at school? Where did you lend me money yesterday? Who are you lending money to at school? Who lent money to me at school yesterday? When did you lend me money at school? When does she lend money at school? Future tense. They will lend him money at school next week. They will lend money to him at school next week. They're going to lend money to us at school tomorrow. They're going to lend us money at school tomorrow. Present continuous tense. I am borrowing money from her at school. I am borrowing her money at school. Now, ask the question, speak as quickly as you can. I will repeat the question in normal English speed. Who'll lend him money at school next week? What are they going to lend to us at school tomorrow? Who are they going to lend money at school tomorrow? What will they lend to him at school next week? What will they lend him at school next week? Who's borrowing her money at school? Where are you borrowing money from her? Who will lend money to him at school next week? What are you borrowing at school? Who's going to lend us money at school tomorrow? When are they going to lend money to us at school? Who are you borrowing money from at school? Who will they lend money to at school next week? Where are they going to lend us money tomorrow? When will they lend him money at school? Who's going to lend money to us at school tomorrow? What are you borrowing from her at school? Where are they going to lend money to us tomorrow? Where will they lend him money next week? When are they going to lend us money at school? Who will they lend money at school next week? When will they lend money to him at school? Who's borrowing money from her at school? Where will they lend money to him next week? Who are they going to lend money to at school tomorrow? What are they going to lend us at school tomorrow? Where are you borrowing her money? Present tense. She borrows money from them at school every week. Future. They will borrow money from him at school next week. They are going to borrow money from us at school tomorrow. Who will borrow money from him at school next week? What are they going to borrow from us at school tomorrow? When are they going to borrow money from us at school? What does she borrow from them at school every week? Who borrows money from them at school every week? Where will they borrow money from him next week? When does she borrow money from them at school? When will they borrow money from him at school? Who does she borrow money from at school every week? Where does she borrow money from them every week? Who are they going to borrow money from at school tomorrow? What will they borrow from him at school next week? Who's going to borrow money from us at school tomorrow? Who will they borrow money from at school next week? Where are they going to borrow money from us tomorrow? This is the end of Beginning English class, lesson 92. Thank you for watching.